Happy Monday. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Virtual Happy Hour is on as I adjust the volume there. Hoping you guys can hear me. Know the drill. Thumbs up. You're hearing me. Let me know you're hearing me. Or I guess, GM, you can let me know you're hearing me as well. Time to roll the show. Monday, the Monday edition. It's that time again. It's after 5 o'clock, and we're going to roll it anyway. Here we go. Let's roll the open. Yes, the old open, the original open. It's stand the test of time. It's going on for what? How many days have we been playing that now? We are at 130. Let's see, 35, 337. How about that? So it's stood the test of time. All good there. By the way, I didn't check the thermometer the last hour. The top of the last hour here in DFW, the temperature was, drum roll please, the 5 o'clock reading was, yikes, 99 degrees. It's they calling for triple digits here, but don't think we hit the triple digits. We just missed it by that much, right? So I guess I can put that in there too. Was it on Friday? It was 96. Boy, 99 degrees. Welcome to Virtual Happy Hour. Glad you're along on a Friday. My mom's going to join us in a moment. Off the top, the reason I'm a little late today, this was weird. I don't think and I'm a news junkie, so in my background in my office, usually, and this includes during the baseball season, oftentimes because I get so locked into baseball work, say from 3 o'clock onward, and really in the evening, I sometimes miss some of the things that go on during the season. I've tried my hardest. A couple of things I've tried to do the last couple of years is, one, be more locked in devotion-wise in the morning, and also listening to either music, because you want to follow the sport. You want to follow what you're doing. So you always got some sports in the background, maybe in the radio, online. But I've kept the news going. It's a habit. I actually picked it up probably from my grandfather, maybe. I know my dad was a big news junkie too later in life. So I've got it going, right? So and I had the audio, the volume up right around 5 o'clock. And right before 5, the president came on to do a press conference. And he had no more started. I don't know if you guys saw this. He had no more started he was not even 2 minutes in. I mean, it was just the opening remarks. How you doing? Good to see you. And he started off on whatever he was going to talk about. I think he was actually mentioning the stock market. That's what he was going to mention first. I think that's where he was going. And a gentleman walked on stage in a suit and said something to him, and off he went. He just left the stage. And apparently, in all this, he was off for about 5 minutes or so and came back on. He since then started about 5 minutes ago. Right as we came on, he was starting up again. But about 10 minutes went by, and I was like, what is going on? Because I wanted to find out why the president was pulled off stage. Now, this, and I'm going to lead to something else for in a moment, but apparently long and the short of it was there was a shooting down the street from the White House, and the Secret Service, whenever that happens, they lock everything down. They actually, in the way they've got it, because of COVID, only so many reporters are allowed into the actual press briefing room. The rest have to sit out. They kind of rotate every day. One network, this network's in, this network's out, but to keep people social distance. Well, anyway, a lot of the reporters were actually watching it from some auxiliary room, so they didn't really know what was going on. But I was watching this, and I'm like, wait, he was just talking. He just walked off the stage. The only thing I remember even close to being this, and when I was watching Fox News, I'll admit it, Dana Perino, who used to serve as President Bush's press secretary at one time, and back in his first administration, she was mentioning that it was only thing she ever recalled was when, of course, when George was down in Florida on 9/11 that morning, and he had somebody whisper in his ear, and he had a real perplexed look on his face. But the press conference went on in that elementary school. And but you don't see that very often. That's not something you see. So to be sitting here and watching the news, and I really was about to turn the news off and press, get the show going. To that, you're like, wait, that's not something that happens. People don't get, the president doesn't get pulled off stage for anything unless it's something like that. So anyway, that's why I was late. I wanted to find out what's going on. And I will say this, vote for who you want to vote for, Republican, Democrat, whatever. But I will say this, our Secret Service, what they do, what those folks do, regardless of party, politics, they are the best in the world. There's no other group that does what they do in that way. So anyway, the long and the short of that's why I was a little late here. And so let's go ahead and jump to Mom. She's going to join us here as I will pull her up there. She's got a beautiful day. It looks like they're in Indyville. Let me pull her audio up too. There we go. Mom, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Late there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Looks like a beautiful day there.
Okay, I'm going to take a little. I'm taking a little walk.
Well, don't walk too far.
I've got a surprise for you.
The winning lottery ticket.
No.
She spent all your money. She spent your money at the casino. Hi, Danny. You're looking good.
Hello. How we doing?
I'm good. You're looking good. You lost some weight.
About 1 kilo.
Okay, you go, boy.
How's it going? What are y'all doing, Mom?
We're good.
We're sitting outside.
What?
My side yard, see?
Okay. Well, I thought you were outside. I wasn't sure if you were out the side yard or.
See out to the river?
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's really green today. Did y'all get a little rain or?
Well, it's always green. And we got rain last night. We're supposed to get a storm here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I saw that there was Chicago's got besides the storm they had overnight downtown, they had the weather was coming from Chicago.
Yeah.
Some major storm.
I'm going to teach Willie how to get he and Claudette on Facebook, because she doesn't do Facebook, so that they can listen to you. So, but I'm not going to do it today.
Don't ruin their lives like that, Mom.
I'm willing, Danny. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean that they've surely got.
You've lost 60 pounds, Danny?
Not quite. 59 something. 59, I think even. I think. What's the app say?
Call it 60, because your wife's.
Let me look and see what it was on Friday. It wasn't 60 yet. It's close, but not quite.
I owe you money.
Let's see here. I'll tell you. As of Friday. If I can pull it up here. Here we go. Friday. It was 59.2.
Okay, well,
close enough.
That's close enough. I guess I owe you some money.
Although I did gain 2.2 pounds a day, but it was better than what I had yesterday when we had steak and all that. So we're back to normal. So the goal this week is to by Friday to hit 60. So I don't know what day that'll be, but I did walk an hour and 3 minutes today, and I'd felt like I'd walked between here and Midland and back. It was pretty bad. So
Claudette said, take a healthy poop and you'll get there.
Well, I did try that.
She's leaving now. She's
there
leaving.
You go. Cheryl says I look just like you, my mom. And,
she's telling you bye.
Bye. See you, Claudette. See ya.
You look like me, poor thing. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm sorry, Danny.
Yeah. Thank you very much, though, Cheryl, for the kind words. I do feel better. Actually, one of the keys, Mom, the thing that I don't think we've kind of talked about this a little bit, is just I think what's helped us dramatically is because of the whole sleep apnea thing. When I started wearing that mouthpiece, 2 years ago, but I really didn't start getting it rolling until last spring, a year ago. Getting actually, decent sleep has helped me to the workout phase, because before, you'd sleep 2 hours, up 2 hours, sleep 2 whatever, up and down. Now I actually be able to, sleep 5 hours, get up to the bathroom, sleep 3 more. You're rested and able to work. And today, I got up. I think I slept 8 hours last night. When I hit the long walk, it was refreshing. So anyway, getting sleep helps, Mom.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, at the 60, I need to know, because you get a little reward.
Well, that's the goal on Friday, or between now and Friday. So I was a little worried about it until this morning, but when I did weigh this morning after I worked out, I was right back where I was middle of last week. And then I hit, when usually because the way we eat, it kind of peaks.
Yeah.
Sunday, then it kind of slows, and it kind of does that. So I should be to 60, but I don't know. We'll see.
You got it.
Goes.
You got it. Yeah.
I'm not quite like was it Kelly Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, who's lost 85, but that's close. So I guess it's
Hey, that works. So
so what's going on up there in Indyville, Mom, in Indiana?
well, we've had rainstorms last night, and we have some possibilities. It's you can tell now. It's. Let me turn it around. Can you see the sky?
Yeah, it's a little overcast. Looks like it might be
Yeah.
humid even too.
Well, it was humid. It's got a nice cool breeze now, but it's the calm before the storm.
Hey,
But
by the way,
yeah, this is my-
Cheryl says you're pretty, Mom. Not that I'm not, but I'm the male version of you. But
Thank
it's
you,
funny.
Cheryl.
It's
Your
funny though.
picture is pretty, Cheryl.
It's funny. Well, Cheryl. You met Cheryl. She's there in Kansas City.
Yeah,
Heads up our host families.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and but the funny thing is, Cheryl's that in our family, and this is probably a lot like a lot of families, but we as a group don't really look individually all together like one. We don't all have this certain cookie cutter look, but if you get us together, you can kind of see the resemblances. So Mom and me, and then there's certain resemblances for each one of us. It's not an entire. We're an odd litter, I guess I'm saying. Is that what I'm saying, Mom?
That's true. That's true. Well, you asked me what I've been doing today. Let's see. I had to get up early because I had to go down and sign checks for the Council on Aging to pay our bills. And then I went and picked up my wine club. And then I got food from Sports Time.
How about that?
But I brought it carry out. So
I want to show you this because this is something that you probably you'll appreciate. I'm going to put it on the screen, I'll show everybody else in a moment. But I just want to put it on the screen for you. It'll be kind of small for you, Mom, but you can barely make it out probably where you're at.
I saw it yesterday.
But that is you sent us that box of spices or that box of spices a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned it. And it's called backyard or yard back
rub or something like that.
Well, it's what it is. It's a steak. It's a steak seasoning. It's got some garlic salt, garlic pepper. It's got some larger pieces of salt in it because one thing you do when you cook steak that I like to do is put some olive oil on there, and you like to use some larger granular, what do they call it, sea salt sometimes too, before you put it in the grill. Well, kosher salt too. This had that in it. It was really good seasoning. I used it on the steaks before. Well, I marinated them all day. After church, I marinated them, and then what we did was I put it all, seasoned both sides. And then I put a little bit of that in some other pepper and stuff in a little cup, and I sprinkled on there with a little olive oil during the cooking process. And it was, I got to tell you, it was pretty solid. So thanks a lot, Mom, for that.
You should be able to do lots of interesting things with that. I keep getting notices from them, I always got emails from them, and they keep telling me that they keep saying it's cheaper to have their spices than it is to buy them by the regular spices.
Well, I swear by the salmon seasoning I bought from them 10 years ago was awesome. And then and every time I've ever used anything of theirs, and I love, you gotta, I think a lot of people mistake they make when they cook steaks, they just throw some sauce on there and hope that's going to be enough to give it a little something. But if you put the right seasoning on it, it's like barbecue or anything else. So those pork ribs we used a couple weeks ago, I used that Stubbs rub on those, things like that. And then those rubs are cute and huge. It helps bring out the flavor. But that's good stuff.
Did you have Bridgeport? Did you have Bridgeport in that box? I don't think you did.
No, that one has.
It's okay.
Anyway.
Sam and Stephanie love the Bridgeport seasoning, so we'll have to order that for you.
You'll have to go check their site online. Of course, I hope they didn't get any damage in Chicago from that place, but
I don't know. That was that they're out from town.
They used to be down. Wouldn't they used to be down there in they call it Old Town, down there by that Mexican food restaurant you like down there?
Yeah, that's where they are. Yeah.
There's a secret way to Wrigley I use, and I think I've told this story before. In Chicago, you can't park around Wrigley Field unless you want to pay $50.
Yeah.
And you're already paying $50 a ticket. So why are you paying $50 to park in a garage? Or sometimes you'll park in the back of a pub's parking lot. I've done that a couple times. But usually what I do is I park at a parking garage up in Old Town, just about 2 blocks from this spice store. And there's a garage, and there's an Apple store, and there's several little places in this little train station, a couple of retail places, and there's a little attached garage to a bank. And I'll pay the $5-10 for the bank parking garage, and I'll walk down across the street to the red line. Takes you right to Wrigley, about 4 or 5 stops up as you go through by the Paul and all that. But it's my secret way to get to Wrigley. And people, I don't know why people don't do it, because everybody wants to drive right to Wrigley. It's a pain in the ass to drive to Wrigley.
Yeah,
but that spice store is right there in Old Town. I can't remember the name of that street.
I can't either.
It's Old Town, they called it. There's some really cool pubs. There's a really cool Mexican restaurant. We went to Mother's Day there, Mom. Remember that trip?
Yeah, you and Sam and I. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was a bad time for me, and so it was really cool to have that. So I'm going to get off so that you can.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, Mom, with Claudette and Willie and all that. And
Willie had gone in to have his meal, and then the neighbor's son had been over here that goes to Purdue, so he's going back to Purdue. Saturday. He's going to graduate this year.
Well, the good news for Purdue is they'll have an undefeated football season this year, and so will IU, and so will IU. They won't lose any games.
I know. They won't have anybody to play.
They're just doing their fans a favor, unfortunately. But
it's sad.
But it looks like who knows what's going to happen. But I'll let you go, Mom.
Okay, bye now. I'll be on the other side.
All right, Mom. Love you. Too. There goes. There's Mom right there in Indiana. She's got a really cool setup on her patio. The lot, she's on a cul-de-sac, and as you drive down the street, it's basically the last house. There's 2 homes. Claudette and Willie live on one, cul-de-sac. It ends like that, right? Well, Claudette and Willie are on one side. What side are they on? They're on this side. They're on this side of it. Mom's on that side of it, but they're the 2 houses at the end of the cul-de-sac, and there's some around it too. But both their lots go down, and they slowly slope down into this river, this Elkhart River that runs from the St. Joseph's River, which runs through South Bend, and it actually comes from Lake Michigan. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, and as my wife's going to join me in just a second and bring her up, but. The cool thing is that their lot is a reverse pie shape, I guess we'll call it. Or, I guess it's a pie shape because it's small up front and it widens as it goes to the back, and it literally goes down to the edge of the river. And it's really a cool place. And my mom's got a little side yard there where she does her like cooking, hanging out, and drinking, and all that kind of good stuff. Speaking of drinking, I'm kidding. She's not drinking right now.
Water.
Lovely and talented WD-40 who joined us on WifeCam, which is actually located in the bunker downstairs. Let me pipe this in here, and let's see. Here we go. There we go. Hello, how are you?
Or you have this Cam, sleepy dog Cam. Look at that.
Oh, he's sleepy. He's sleeping. Yeah, I do look a little bit like my dad. I guess you're right. It's funny though, and I was thinking about this when I said that comment a moment ago. I thought about your family. Because when I'm around your folks and your brother and your sister, and even the girls, I start to see. You guys. Well, you guys are. You guys don't. You look a little bit. You guys look alike.
We look related, but we don't look alike.
But I see, like, I'll look at Holly and your mom. And then Cliff and your dad, but I'll see you and Cliff, and I'll see you and your mom some. It's a little bit, but when you put you guys all together, like a family photo, it's clearly obvious you guys are related in bits. It's like you got little hybrids of each. It's like a different model. It's the West model, but you got the Gay Marie model. It's got this, and the Cliff model's got a little more red hair, and it's very funny to see that. And the Vaughns are like that too. And although Uncle Bobby, my brother Sam, and my sister, who's adopted, look dang near like twins, just a few years apart. And then my sister looks a lot like my Aunt Libba, and she's adopted. And Sam looks like his aunt, and I look a little like mom and my dad, but
like your dad too.
And my brother looks like my grandfather Vaughn. It's funny how all that works. But so what's going on? You got a COVID test today. Did you pass?
I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. It's my second one in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So what's up with that? How come they won't use your one you took 2 weeks ago?
Well, because I mean, in theory, even when I get that was for, I got tested on like a Monday or Tuesday to attend graduation that Friday, and the nurse was like, "This is kind of silly because by the time we're here on Friday, you could have already contracted it." Like, but it's because they will allow people to start going on campus on Thursday, so they wanted to test everybody before we head back to campus.
Well, I saw a post. Let me see if I can find this Twitter. Somebody's post on Twitter. Maybe we can find it here. What did this guy say? Let's see here. There's a guy who posted something about going back to campus, but I don't know, I can't find it. It was way down the feed. The feed's gone crazy since the whole since Trump walked off the stage, and now he's back on again. So, yeah, it was weird. That was, I don't know if you saw it. It was weird. That's why I was late. I was waiting for him to come back on and find what the heck happened when he was on. He started his conference, then walked away. But yeah, I guess they're saying no football on campus, but they're able to go to class. So you go figure.
Yeah, but that doesn't even make sense. But whatever. None of this makes any sense. In fact, I was just reading an article today, and it said that like all of a sudden they've had a jump, like 97% of kids who are being tested or testing positive right before school starts. And it's like, wait a minute. And again, it could totally happen. I'm not saying that it can't, but part of me is like, wait a minute. I mean, my little "this is fishy" meter is going off. Like, what are they? I don't know. The problem is that because everything has become so politicized, and we've talked about this before, that, look, if you have an agenda, if you want to start telling people that kids are testing positive to scare teachers and people to stay home, then just post an article about why you think it's better for people to be home. Don't manipulate data. And if that's actually the data, then, show it more convincingly, or why it might be, going up or down. I don't know. It just seemed a little fishy.
Well, there was also this thing too. I saw this earlier, and it was in Lubbock, of all places, where, of course, we're a place we know dear to our hearts. That because of college, everybody's seen this on Facebook this week. Everybody's got college kids are all heading back. Caroline goes back to UD across town on Saturday. So the kids are going, and this morning on my walk this morning, a woman was loading up her daughter in her Audi, and they were going, obviously she was going to college. She was loading up all of her stuff, and they were about to drive off to college. I don't know where she was going, but she had the thing was stuffed full of stuff, this little SUV. So everybody's going to college. But what they said in Lubbock, I guess because of mobile cellular data or whatever, mobile data tracking, that the kids are not actually kicking in the dorm or sitting around their apartments. They're actually out and about doing their thing. They're not like sitting around isolating on Lubbock's campus.
Well,
they're
out kicking around. You saw me doing this morning. I had to take a COVID course before class starts at SMU. And so I had to do it by the 24th, because I think that's the first day of class on campus. And they had these like 9, I think, modules in the course, and you had to take quizzes, I guess, after, and you had to pass by a certain amount. And then there's a little test at the end, But basically, I mean, they were saying that, that every person that coming on campus has to take this course. And it reiterated that, there are no guests in the dorms. Face masks must be worn. You must socially distance. And we can't go back to, quote, normal unless everybody, does this. And it was saying what to do if you felt like you had symptoms, and how do you get a test on campus. And anyway, it was very long and involved. But it's just odd, but it made me think, and it was talking about like you still are not allowed to have 10 or more people in a gathering. And it made me think about fraternity and sorority houses, where so many people live together in one place, and dorms, which is essentially the same thing. I mean, in terms of a bunch of kids living together, and going in and out of rooms and things like that. I mean, I don't know how they're going to be able to police this unless everybody's just sort of like, stays to themselves. And they talked about the difference between isolating and quarantining and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was informative. It's nothing I didn't know already. But I think everybody's committed to trying to keep things safe. And in talking to Joy Amal earlier about her first day at Tech, for orientation for new teachers and all that stuff for there, she was saying, that really the group of TAs are going to be more on campus than any of their faculty. And I was like, I wonder if they're doing that because you guys are all young and not as easily affected by the disease, as some of the older faculty members. But they just said that they were more on the front lines than anybody else as TAs because they're the ones who are actually going to be showing up. She was a little stressed, though, because she found out her first paycheck wasn't going to be until October 1st. So she's like, Anyway, but they were getting an extra $500 for attending orientation.
So we'll be getting a phone call or a text shortly. Can you help?
No. Oh, actually, what I told her to do.
I don't mind, but I mean, not that I'm getting paid because the government cut my pay, so it doesn't make any difference anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I told her to call her landlord and say it's not that I'm trying not to pay rent, but to see if they could pay partial and then pay extra the next month, to make up for it. Because it's not that she's not trying to pay rent. She just might need to figure out how to get by in August. Or in September, and I don't know when, like Maddie's check starts. My guess hers would start in September, but I don't know. I mean, it may just be a tight September, but it may be a tight September for a lot of people.
Oh, it's tight. Yeah, for everybody. I mean, again, I get to see Blake, Shirley, and David out there as well. I don't want to get too political here, but I'm going to say it because you've heard me say this. If I was hired or at my job, if I was told, hey, you have a deadline of Friday, whatever the date is, and okay, you didn't get it done on Friday, but we'll give you just, when can you get it done? Well, I don't know if I'll ever get it done. Well, that response would give me my walking papers. Now, if I said I can't get it done on Friday, I'll get it done next Wednesday, but I'm going to get it done for you.
Yeah.
But you just don't walk away from the table and say, meh, that doesn't work in my business. It doesn't work in anybody's business. Anything. If you were at St. Mark's and you said, well, you know what? I'm going to give a final today on Friday, the final of the semester, but you know what? I'm going to wait and just do it 2 months from now. You wouldn't be employed there much longer. It's the way it. But apparently, you can be a politician and just not do shit.
Not do your
job.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, and I don't care.
I don't know who I
am blown away, and I've seen it from both sides of the aisle. I think I mentioned this last week. The only letter I've gotten back is from Colin Allred, and I didn't vote for that guy. I mean, Ted Cruz, who I did vote for, is not returning. Now he hasn't returned my email. I didn't email him, but I have a friend of mine who I won't name who's been trying to get a hold of him because he was having a hard time unemployment wise. He couldn't get Cruz to respond to him. So I
tried to call him the other day. Their phones aren't even being answered.
Well, I know, babe, but I'm saying that I'm not trying to, and I'm saying that both sides of the aisle. And I just watched something a while ago where, Pelosi's sitting there giving crappy responses to all the networks. I'm not trying to dogpile anyone. They're both, you know what? They're ridiculous. If I went about my business that way, I would be fired. If anybody out there, I mean, you name the business. If you decided that, you know what, I'll do it when I dang well want to, and if you don't like it, well, so be it. That attitude which is exactly what the politicians have. They should be fired, but they won't be fired because only a handful of them, or there's some that'll be up for re-election, obviously, but you've got some that, you vote them out of office. People say that, but you got some of these. I read some article yesterday there were certain ones that were more forthcoming were the ones that are more their asses of the line. The ones that aren't up for re-election, what's the matter? I don't care. I'm gonna go vacation. And yes,
they get their jobs and insurance. They got their paychecks and insurance just the same. I mean, if they work or don't work, what difference does it make?
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Morgan. By the way, Morgan, happy birthday 2 weeks ago, an anniversary for you. It was really cool to see those photos.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
So really cool. And by the way, Morgan, you're looking great. She's like up the running with you there. I mean, you guys are running. I mean, how much you run today, babe?
Me? Didn't go that far. I think I ran 1.7 today.
Well,
I walked about 1.5 and then ran 1.7.
well, you were riding. When we went to dinner on Saturday night, which is probably Midway and Northwest Highway is what, a 10-minute drive from here, something like that. So it's probably what, a 20-minute bike ride from here. That's where you were. That's where you were riding your bike. It's like
But yeah,
probably
my bike
what.
rides are about 10 miles. They take about a little less than an hour.
Yeah, well, it's funny today. There was this. I had to tell this to Mom earlier. There's this woman. I say woman, young. She's a young mom. She might be a nanny, but she's got the stroller and the workout. I've told you about these women
Yeah.
that power strollers, and this woman has her little kid. The little kid he's old enough that he kind of sits up and he can see what's going on. He's a real cutie. But this morning I passed them by Hillcrest High School. I passed them. They were coming across the street, and I was going across the street
The other way.
And then I went down past the football stadium and left and came back around. Well, anyway, I got back across to a block from our house, and she came down the street over. And I looked at her. I said, "You're going way too fast with a kid in a stroller," because I mean she's like hauling ass and making me look like the slowpoke. Here I had no stroller, no kids attached, no dog attached, and I'm like just slowly going like a tortoise, and she's just hauling. And she's like, yeah. She said something, and I didn't catch the whole thing. She said, yeah, the stroller growing. She was rolling downhill in the stroller makes it fast or something like that.
No, that's true. I remember that from doing that with the girls. That if you were running down here, you literally had to hang on.
I'm like,
it would make you run faster.
5 miles a day for me, ran 3 walks. Surprised I made. Hey, I don't know how many. All I know is this though, Morgan, is that my little step counter, which I don't really follow it, but I went 115% of my steps before I even got home today. I mean, when I got home from walking, but I walked an hour and 3 minutes. So I won't do that every day, but I've been averaging probably 45
I had to
minutes.
everything short because of my COVID test this morning. So I was sort of in a hurry to get done. So
yeah, well, today it's funny because usually I've been doing my records on Fridays and Thursdays, but today it's like, I'm going to go ahead and it's all be downhill for the week, so I'll probably shoot for.
Well, mine's going to come to an abrupt halt. Really,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, because once I start having to be at school at 8 o'clock, I'm not going to get up at 5.
But
I'm certainly not going to have time to ride unless I'm riding on the weekends, and I certainly won't hit. I won't be able to walk and run as far before I get to school because I have to be at school so early.
Said she had 27,000 steps on Saturday when she went to the zoo.
Yeah,
that shooting on Saturday. Yeah, I saw that, Morgan. That was terrible.
That's crazy.
So glad you guys. Yeah, everything's crazy these days. Yeah, I don't really count the steps, but I mean, I know that it tells me how. When I put my workout in my app, on my Weight Watchers app, I mean, it counts all that. But and I got the Samsung app, and it counts it too. I don't know how, but I'm guessing today. I'm just guessing today was probably. I mean, I'm sure it was at least 2 miles. I would think maybe 3. I don't know. I mean, it was
in an hour. Yeah.
I mean, I went clear down. I mean, I went down Stone Canyon, across all the way Pebblebrook, all the way to Hillcrest High School, then up and then back. I mean, I don't know. I just know I do it more based on time. But yeah, that I saw that more. That was terrible. That happened.
Well, I hear that Kansas City is
easy.
No, just wait.
Let's not jump on dogpile them, please.
I'm not dogpiling. I've been reading about certain cities that have really struggled with crime, particularly during COVID. I don't know if it's on the Missouri side or the Kansas side, but
I don't know if that's something you need to be bringing up on the show, babe. But okay.
Well, no, I mean it's something that we have to solve.
Yeah. Yes, we've definitely lost. What have you lost, sweetheart?
I'm like at 49 point something, so basically 50, and you're at basically 60.
Well, but I'm 59.2. I'm trying to hit 60 this week.
Yeah, I would love to hit 60.
But I can't figure out how the heck Kelly Osbourne lost 85 pounds in the same amount of time. How did she do it?
I'm sure she has professional help.
Yeah, for other things too, I imagine that. But
so like, I mean, we're and we're going slow, and that's okay.
Mom, so the lights are flashing on and off. Be careful, Mom.
Oh,
Take cover, please. Yeah.
Yeek.
Yeah, take cover.
Yeek.
Yeah, we've it's definitely yeah, thank you very much. It's been it's fun. It's fun. But
Yeah, that's don't let him don't let him fool you, because the fun is not what he's saying when he's like,
no, the
I
morning
want to eat a burger.
that's a long stretch this morning. Although I will say this though, the couple of days I've actually gotten up early, because this morning I was out there at 10 and it was 90 something. Wasn't quite 100 degrees yet. But the mornings I've done those 6 a.m. walks, that actually is pretty cool because
It
there's hardly
feels
anybody
good.
out.
I can run further when it's cool like that.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
you have better energy.
obviously anybody can. But the fact that what's really cool is that 6 a.m. walk that I did last Thursday. I usually take I've got my earbuds in or whatever, but I actually didn't listen to jams. It was so peaceful and so cool. The sun hadn't come up yet. It was still, sort of coming up, but
Yeah.
it was just so calming that I actually was able to talk to myself, pray to myself, whatever you're doing. I didn't even play any jams. During the day, usually I'm listening to my jams. I'm by myself.
I don't do anything. I just walk in peace. It's so nice.
Yeah, when I'm with you, I don't have my music in, but when I'm by myself, I always have my jams. Got a little, workout deal there. But good to see Clinton out there in Vegas, my friend.
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Miller Ty. By the way, Miller, I was just editing your interview for Wednesday. By the way, I was actually almost done, but then Bronny sent me some more photos, and so I'm gonna have to go back for those in the interview. But thank you very much, man. Yeah, well, it's good. Actually, it turned out great. I shot the interview, and we were just going to use his audio, but his video is fine. So we're actually put some stuff to it and all that. So I was working on that. But I was lazy. I was lazy ass today, but
I didn't. I got ahead on my school reading for SMU. I've got 2 chapters done out of 3. And then and the Be the Bridge book came, so I was just
let's see here. Today, I'll tell you what I list. This was the songs that went out today. Let me just go back and pull them up. What's up there, Miller times 2 is Jeff Miller's right there. Today I listened to, this was the songs I listened to on my hour-long extravaganza today. Let me pull them up. Where's the workout file? Here we go. Samsung Music.
Did you listen to I'm Really Good at Drinking Beer?
No, I didn't get to that one, babe. No, I didn't get that one. I'm glad you think that's so funny. Let's see here. Today I listened to a song called whatever. Well, this one, Whatever You Like by T.I. Last Night by P. Diddy. Let's see here. Fantasy Girl by 38 Special. Sunrise, Sunburn, Sunset, Luke Bryan.
That's good.
Don't Change in Excess. Sugar, Maroon 5. Buddy Holly, Weezer. Run to Paradise, Choir Boys, an Australian Jam. Let's see here. Hungry Heart, Bruce Springsteen. Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna. Let's see here.
Let's see. Look at you with your diversity in your music. You got country, you got rap.
Empire of the Sun, somewhere. Empire of the Sun. I'm trying to remember which one it was, though. Oh, Hot in the City, Billy Idol. Empire of the Sun, Alive. Tonight is the Night by Out of Sight. Missing couple. That was pretty much today's group, I think. It's still not quite a little under an hour. It was more than that. Maybe I'm missing something, but maybe that's it. Oh, here we go. Motley Crue, Don't Go Away Mad. But I've got like a few jams in there that are all kind of shuffling. So there we go. That song is for motivation, which they're all for motivation, I guess. They're all for motivation, but yes, they're all very good. Good to see Clinton out there, my friend. Everybody's doing good. I hope everybody had a good weekend, by the way. I hope everybody was rocking and rolling. But that's my. I've never been asked the playlist. That's interesting. But yeah, that's the that's the playlist. And I usually put 2 new jams in there every couple of days because it was a stretch there. I was listening to the same stuff, same 10 songs. So I've been trying to put in some. I have a little mix. And I put in, there's enough jams in there now that I don't hear the same thing every day. Oh, the beer song. Yes. Yeah. The beer. Well, that actually came up. Who brought that song up, babe?
Dad.
Oh, your dad did. That's right. We were playing golf last Saturday, and I guess her dad saw me having some aiming fluid, and he thought that was
Max,
a
do you
good.
want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi? No, you're just gonna look around.
Whether we're doing our front yard, not front yard, our street. The city is out there in front of our street,
No.
and they are putting. This is an undertaking. Our entire street. How long is our block? What? How many yards do you think it is? 200 yards?
Yeah, I would say 200-300 yards.
It's not 300. It's maybe 200.
220.
Maybe 200. And it goes. We're at the bottom of the hill, and it's a little bit of an arc. The street itself needed repairs for forever. The street behind us has been redone recently. They have to
and
actually
one street over on the other side has been redone.
Yes, well they've been putting ours off
except our street.
The city's put ours off the very end, but our tax dollars hard at work. They're actually putting in new sidewalks and a new street, and usually he is going apace, but they're out there. There's so many people out there. He'd be worn out barking because they got the jackhammer machines and these machines pounding that tore the sidewalks on the across. They haven't done our side yet. They got that to go, but they tore all that up. They've put the wooden brackets down for the new concrete. They started pouring concrete up the top. They destroyed the whole sidewalk first. I guess they get that done, then they'll destroy the street. So, and this is going to go on between now and September 4th, something like that.
So they say.
This is good. Is this breaking news, Clinton? I didn't know this. Did I know this? That he was going to go. I wished him well the other day, and I don't know. Did I see that about Alex Crosby? Alex, just one of my favorite young men in the world. Of course, that's Clinton's son. Alex, rail cat for so many years. Did I see that? Maybe I don't remember where I saw. As I remember, that's so he's going to play at Fargo. That's awesome. That is awesome. But he,
You woke up.
I may have seen that. I messaged him or something that I saw he posted recently, and it may have been on Instagram or I don't remember where it was, but that's awesome. So he's going to go play at Fargo. That's cool. Oh, okay. Why did I not? I don't know why I thought that, but maybe he was. I can't remember what I saw, Clinton, but it may have been the Kerr family there in Gary or in the South Shore, and he was talking. I don't know. I feel like I knew this, but I didn't know it. There's the dog cam. He's going crazy. Oh, wish him well. I'm looking forward to that. It's awesome. Dog cam there. How was everybody's weekend, by the way? How was your weekend, babe?
It was good. You know why? Because there was queso flamiato in it.
Yes. The greatness of queso flamiato, which is
with chorizo. That was so good.
Which if you like things like what's the dish you go to a fancy restaurant and they always light it on fire? Is it
a baked Alaska?
No. It's the dessert. What's it called? With bananas Foster, is that it?
Bananas Foster, yeah.
When they light up the bananas, they put the rum in. Is it rum? I think.
Yeah,
is that what
we
they
did
do?
that in Vegas.
Vegas, yeah. Well, the queso flamiata is kind of the appetizer version of that, except it's cheese and chorizo.
Oh
and
my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't drink if I'm gonna have queso flamiato. It's like too many calories.
You know what? Clinton, that's what it was. I think I saw him. I think that's what it was. I messaged him and said, hey, I was happy for him. That's what it was. I think now, you know what? You know this, Clinton, and everybody knows it all runs together. I mean, these days just, and I feel like and it's funny because I told my wife something yesterday. I said, yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago, and it really wasn't a couple weeks ago. It was like back in June. Yeah. But it was like, I'll say the other day, the other day when I was talking about this, well, it should have looked at me kind of funny. Well, that was actually back in June. Because it's actually March 169 or whatever it is. So
the longest spring break ever. Somebody was saying.
Yeah, that may have been what it was, and that had been what it was. But good, that's awesome. I'm so happy for him, and just phenomenal young man, and dear mate, I want to. It's funny as I'm telling you, Clinton, I got a Vegas thing coming. I'm going to be out there with or without my wife. Don't tell her that. Wait, I just told her, didn't I? But I got to get out there and just it's going to happen this year.
Go.
Yeah, just going to happen. Well, you know, our friends, the Skonurskis, go every February, and that might be on our agenda this year too.
Football was being played. Now that football's not being played anywhere, it's just so lame.
By the way, Miller Time, I was going to tell you too, Miller Time, as I just got your text. Brownie sent me, it was funny, I was editing, putting I actually went to your Twitter and pulled off the shots of the stadium seats, and then Brownie sent me some shots he took, and now I've got to go back and put those in the interview because it was going to look really, because you're actually talking and those seats come up. So I don't want to tease too much for the show on Wednesday because my wife won't tune in then. But anyway, good deal. That's awesome. That's good news. Yeah, he's one of our favorites.
I think I have an Alex Crosby jersey somewhere.
Yeah, it's in our Railcat stuff up here. In my office.
I think the one I have. What number was he? 30-something.
Is one of the. I don't remember exactly. Yes, Mom, you can go. Going
to Vegas with your mom would be so much fun.
One of the things that I tell you, Clinton, I'll give you a proud dad moment. You know the stories. I've told this on the radio before. Alex is a rookie in 2014. I think, and he was a true rookie. It was his first professional swim with the Railcats, and it didn't go. It wasn't bad. He just didn't go as planned. He had an up and down year, and I think he was sent. Greg Taggart sent him out to California, that Pacific Association, to play, and and his cousin John Jones, I believe, was actually on the team that year. Was on that team that year, playing center field, and Alex was wound up, and I remember John, I remember the whole conversation. I remember Alex, and a lot of times a young man will take that and just go, you know what, it's not for me. Alex went and just refined his game, worked harder. I think Clinton, and you may have correct me on this, I think he was finishing his degree as well, and he did all, and he went and just went and busted his hump, came back the next year, and just like, you have to. I mean, it was one of those things that to get him out of there, they're going to have to really get him out of there. They just didn't have. Greg Taggart couldn't get him out of the lineup. And I just love seeing cool stories like that where young men, rise above, and he's just a class. And I remember when he left that 14 season, I remember, you feel bad for the kid, but as I handled the travel, and I remember having to get his plane ticket, he was so positive up because I'll be back. I mean, he was telling me, I'm going to be back. It was like, I'll be back. He was, and he was back all the way. But let's see here. No, your season. So are they going to have fans of the Raider games? The Cowboys haven't announced that yet. They're not giving season tickets this year, but they're allowing. I don't know if they're allowing fans. I don't think the Cowboys are really what they're doing. If the Raiders announced that, that's crazy. Of course, we're waiting around here for college football's other shoe to drop, but we'll definitely check out Raider Nation. That stadium looks really cool. When I was there last year, December a year ago, the winter meetings, it was starting to take shape. It looks really cool, and I've seen the videos online of it. It looks really, really cool. But anyway, yeah. So are you okay with this Big Ten thing, babe?
No, I mean, I've been in mourning all day. I should be wearing black. And I was bummed when they said they were only going to do inter conference play. But now that it's not even that, it's nothing. I'm like, but everybody on campus. I mean, we've been talking about this all the time. It's like, so why is it okay for everybody to be in class, but they can't play football? I don't get it.
Well, apparently this is actually a little, I don't know. Again, this is not a sports show per se. This is more just what this show is us all sitting around a virtual pub table or a patio. Of course, it's too hot to be on the patio today, but just having a chat about every topic we can think of, which may be
the things that normally people don't talk about, religion.
Well, but I mean, but when you're sitting around the pub, you're having a cold one. You're talking about politics, religion, and her. Whatever you're talking about, whatever. Did you see what happened? Like I said, I came on late today because, granted, this is not a political endorsement, but Trump left his press conference 2 minutes into it because it was a shooting
Were you
down
waiting
the
to see
street.
what kind of stupid thing he was going to say?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but I mean, it's like, we're talking about topics about, we're talking about COVID, whatever. We're kind of bounce around. See, now I'm watching the news here. President Trump briefing interrupted by shooting near the White House. See, I mean, that's what was going on at 5 o'clock. So things you might talk about, and we're talking about sport a little bit too. And for us, my wife's a Penn State grad. I did see that only 2 of the Big Ten teams that voted to play, one was Iowa and one was Nebraska. Well, Nebraska
makes in the middle of nowhere.
Nebraska makes sense because they're very well. They make some sense. Iowa, I wouldn't say I was shocked by Iowa, but I thought Iowa was a little. I thought it might have been one of the big states. Well, one of the bigger, Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State. But it was that was the 2 schools that voted to play.
My guess is that because Penn State is up there in the Northeast where everything's sort of a mess.
But they also said that some of those schools, I think Ohio State is exploring possibilities of playing other teams, other conference too. Option referred money for next season. Yes. Yeah. You know what? I'm telling you right now, Vegas Super Bowl trips are awesome. I mean, I've been to Vegas for the Super Bowl, when the game's gone on wherever. I think I saw at the Luxor, went to a cool party at the Luxor a few years with the Colts and Bears Super Bowl when Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl with the Colts. And then I went to Super Bowl twice out there being played somewhere else, and you go to a nice casino, sports book, whatever. But having the Super Bowl actually in Las Vegas and being in Las Vegas when the Super Bowl's going on, that is going to be insane. Yeah. That is going to be Mardi Gras, 4th of July. You name every holiday and Polo
But
on
the
one.
problem with the Super Bowl, though, for everybody who has like a regular job, the game's over on a Sunday night, like at 11. Like, I can't get back to work on a Monday.
Well, that's why they have red-eye flights, babe. The red-eye flight leaves at like 12 o'clock, gets you in at 5 a.m. You can make that red-eye flight. I've done it before.
I would be a zombie at school.
I've done, actually, you know what? In my cheaper days, when I was a little more budget-friendly as a younger man, red-eye flights were a big player because you'd actually check out the hotel at noon or 11 or whatever. You'd put your bags at the desk, whatever, the luggage desk, and you'd go have a day in Vegas, and then come get your bags at 10 o'clock, take a cab to the airport, and fly out and save yourself the extra hotel. So
yeah, but again, you were young. I'm not young anymore.
I still take the red eye. Hey, babe, I did the red eye event to Los Angeles and back for opening day with Dodger Stadium, right before we got married. So it's not like you just don't you've never done the red eye because I did it in Australia.
Because I would have to jump off and be like brain awake for.
As a matter of fact, I met you in Sydney Airport after flying the red eye from Perth to Sydney. You got off the flight. I got off the flight at 6 a.m. I left Perth at 11:50, 12:05 at night, and arrived at 6 a.m. And then you came in at like 9 a.m. from the States. Look at him. He's just kicking it.
He's just looking at you.
He hears me.
You saying hi to Dad, Max?
Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here.
There he goes.
See how long it takes to get up here. Come here, bud.
He knows who loves him.
Come here. Come here. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come and get it. Oh, no, I can't. I didn't pull the graphic down so you can see him. He's here. Come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Well, you can't even. Come here, man. Oh, sorry, buddy. My brother's a little long. Sorry. My brother's a little long. Here we go. Well, get the bed over here. You can say hi behind me. Come here. There we go. There we go. There he is.
There he is.
There he is, folks.
He's looking out the window. Now he's coming back down to get Mama.
Love you, bud. Go see Mom.
Come here, buddy.
There he goes. He's like, he flies in the steps.
Sounds like he fell.
He just like slides down the stairs. Like,
what did you do?
Here you go.
Where did you go? What do you see?
All right.
What do you see?
All good. All right. Well, glad everybody's okay today. This is a pretty good Monday. Pretty good. So
I guess I'll sign off.
Okay. I guess I'll close out. We've been on long enough. So
Okay.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye. I love you. Be
Love
good.
you too.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. That's the lovely child and wife, WD-40 GM right there. Yes, it's not been announced yet, so we don't know for sure, but we're waiting around to find out. The dog must be delivery person now. He's been calm most of the day because again, during the whole day, we've got this bang, bang, bang going on outside. We got the cement trucks and the jackhammers and the little backhoes are digging up the sidewalk and all that. And eventually, they're going to lay the street down. But he's been pretty calm, except when the delivery person shows up. But anyway, let's see here. Oh, Kevin is telling me that, you got Brad on the show. There you go. You actually want ratings. You're going to have Brad on, not that garbage I was on. I'm sorry, Kevin, I brought you guys ratings down. Sorry about that, mate. That'll be a good show, though. A walking dog walked by this week in the association. Dog walking by. What else we got here? And Mom says, hi, Kevin. There we go. So, yes, this week in the American Association with Kevin and Rob. That's one of my – I love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, Kevin says hi. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Yeah, please. Please keep us informed, Clinton, and God bless, and best to you and your family. Look forward to seeing you too, mate, soon. And keep me updated, all right? And best to Alex as well. You're a good man. Miss you, brother. And Clinton is such a good mate. All righty. All right. Well, again, we'll do this on Wednesday. And again, what it is, it's just an exercise. And again, it's a virtual happy hour, but we're sitting around the pub table having a cold one, just chatting a little bit. It keeps me engaged with you guys, keeps me in broadcast mode, I guess, sort of. But again, we'll do it on. Before I go, let me show you guys. This is actually the weekend. I meant to show you that. I showed this earlier. This was actually yesterday. I mentioned the new spices I had. Let me pull those up for you. There we go. There they are. That was yesterday's grilled corn. The corn was rocking. It was still pretty good, but it was really doing well until the last moment or two. I meant to take the corn off the grill, and I didn't. And so what happened was I finished my steaks, a little olive oil, and that olive oil really just sparks a pretty good flame. And that flame kind of charred those corn on the cob just a little bit too much there. But there we go. Let's see what else I got here. I think I got one more. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here's the adult beverage that I was having too. This is the one. Here we go. There's the adult beverage. This is it's from, what is that brewery called? I'm going to have to look it up now because I forgot. It is, Martin House Brewing is the brewery. It's over in Fort Worth, which is just 30 miles from here, Dallas, Fort Worth. It's a raspberry sour ale, but I love fruity. I don't necessarily like fruity beer, but I love any kind of raspberry type beer, and that's one right there. Kevin, it's as close to the one we had there in St. Paul that day. But anyway, that was my aiming fluid there when I was on the grill last night, and I don't know if I can pull up any of the other odds and ends from yesterday. I might be able to pull this down here. There we go. Does it come up with my story? I don't know if it does. I haven't done this on the screen in a while. Here we go. I don't think it does. Oh, here's my story. I want to get the video from yesterday. Oh, no, it doesn't. Anyway, all good. I'm just kind of blowing along here. Let's see. Does it? Try to pull my. I don't see it, but anyway, I was going to try to show you guys the video from yesterday's grill. But anyway, maybe I can show it to you Wednesday, or I'll forget. But by Wednesday, I will cook something else by then, I'm sure. So, here is last night. Here we go. This will work. Not sure what my wife's doing, by the way. There we go. There's the grill shots. There we go. There we go. That's that brand new seasoning I was talking about that my mom sent me. So I had to brag about that. But Jim, were you trying to get back on, or what was the deal? I don't know if you were. Kevin says this week, final thought be a doozy. Dictator Waltz gang. There you go. I'm looking forward to. Actually, I've not read your latest post. I'm looking forward to seeing it, reading it though. I've not read it, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm not sure. Are you trying to get on, sweetheart? I guess she's not. I'm not sure what she's doing. Okay. All good. So let's see here. Keeps her doing going nuts though. Keep it up. Do I need to send money? Yeah, you might have to send us some spices. Although his weekend looked good. He had the green onion brats working for you. Keep the corn on the husk while the grill. Yes, I usually do that. Actually, that's one thing I've used to almost always do was keep them on the husk. And usually that's what I do when I don't want to burn them. But because the last time I cooked corn, I took them off the husk because of the space in the grill, and I had the day I used last time I cooked them on the grill, I had lobster and steak I had lobster tails and steak going, as well as corn all on the grill. So I was running out of room, and I was doing, and I had this, and I started the corn early. I have a really cool. It looked a little bit like buffalo sauce, but it wasn't. Some spicy salt, some pepper, and a little butter, and rubbed it on the top. And it was good. It looked good. And I should have taken them off, and usually do, but for some reason, I was trying to wrap up especially the well done steaks. They're really getting well done. The ones for Caroline, the one for Caroline, she likes her as well, and I just forgot to take it off. So, but still, the corn was great. Don't get me wrong. Corn was awesome. It just was a little bit more tinged than I liked for it to be. But yeah, keep it in the husk. Kevin, do you soak it in the water too? I do that. You soak it in the water, yeah. All good. Okay, well, that is the show for today. Glad you guys were along. Again, we'll do this on Wednesday, 5 o'clock. Who knows what'll happen between now and then? But don't forget on Wednesday at noon, the Steakhouse with myself. And here's the deal: if you are a T-Bone fan, you're having a hard time finding the show, and we're not friends on Facebook, or maybe put it this way: if you're friends on Facebook, you're watching it on Facebook. But if you know somebody that's not and wants to watch the show, it's also on my YouTube channel as well. It's a little bit confusing, I know, but anyway, Mom says Caroline and I like the moo out of the yes, very well done, and hers was good. It was good, and it was all good. Let's see here, Kevin, if time permits. Yeah, you pre-see. That's what yesterday. I think I pre-soaked. That's a trick I learned in Iowa. I pre-soaked yesterday. I want to say maybe just an hour, but usually I'll soak anywhere from 2 hours to 3. It kind of depends. Her mom just called. Oh, your mom called. Okay, that's why I see that, babe. Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Virtual hugs to everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Be safe. Be kind. Show some empathy. Show some love. Let's love everybody a little bit more today than we did yesterday, and so on and so on and so on. And let's let's for sure commit to being better in the end when we are right now. When we come out of this whole mess, let's be better. Let's be better people, better brothers, sisters, mates, family members, whatever. Let's all show the love and be more loving when we come out of this whole 2020 mess we're in. As let's see what we else got here. Great happy hour, lots of fun. It was. Thank you very much. And yes, it was. Thank you guys for the kind words. Yeah, sometimes we have good shows. Sometimes we have really good shows. Sometimes we have so-so shows. Today was a great one. Thanks for all you guys joining me. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Let's roll the close in 3, 2, 1. Much love. Love you guys. See you then.